And we are live. Yes, two guys in a Chic show.
Hello.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Bonnie.
Welcome to the show. So it's getting you over the hump today on Wednesday, the hump day.
Yes.
The big hump.
Big hump.
Big hump. So in the news today, what did you do this weekend?
What did I do? I went on a bike ride.
Did ya?
Yes. Oh.
Really? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was nice.
First time on a bike in a while?
On my new bike, yes.
On your new bike?
My new old bike.
New old bike. It was nice. It's a nice bike, though. It's a really nice bike. It's a good bike. So what'd you think? You liked it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Bike was good? It's a good bike? Bike's good? Good bike.
Wow.
Yeah, I
a
had
little
my
Rain
new,
Man
I
thing
had
going
my,
on there, huh?
I had my new bike too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice. Very hard. There's no suspension on my bike. Got no bounce to it.
That's no fun.
No, got to get used to that. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So, starting with the news.
Yeah, we got all kinds of interesting things going on in the news today. We've got stupid news and
Regular news.
Regular news. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk to our friend, Dr. Dan.
Resident correspondent Dan. Dan the man. Dr. Dan. So we have a 22-year-old woman is accused of reckless endangerment, driving while intoxicated, unlawful possession of marijuana, and petty larceny. She's out on $5,000 bail after crashing her car into a new Hyde Park firehouse. Now I saw the pictures of this. It's, firehouses they always have these huge wide doors. So she crashed right through this thing. She crossed the center median, hit a car, and then crashed through the front garage door of the firehouse, colliding with two fire trucks. There was a blood drive going on the second floor when the crash occurred. Volunteers ran downstairs to try to help. Of course, that's what we do. And, the cool part about the whole thing is they find the driver of the vehicle still in the car with a 2-foot-long ball python snake wrapped around her neck. So it was later determined that the woman had stole the snake from a Petco in Garden City just before the crash.
I'm wondering, why was it around her neck? Did it freak out and it wrapped around her neck and that's why she crashed? Or did she put it there because she thought it would be this really cool, living scarf?
Well, when you transport a snake, do you either do it in a cage or you wrap it around your neck? I don't know. I'm not a snake guy.
If I were the kind of
thing?
person to want to transport a snake, which I'm not, but if I were, I think that I would want to do it in a really cool, Arabian kind of way. I'd want to put it in this cool basket.
Really?
Yes, I would.
So you'd be walking around with a basket under your arm.
Yes.
What's in the basket? My snake?
That's right.
That's what you would do.
Yes. And to get him to come out, I would play this cool little flute thing.
Right. And you train him to do that?
Yes.
Okay, play the flute with me here.
No. No, I would want to, that's what I would want to be. If I were to be a
Just a
snake
basket, would it have a
person.
top on it? It would have to
Yes,
have
of
a top on it.
course. You'd have to have that cool little flat top with the little knob kind of
little
handle.
knob?
Yes. And yes, I would. If I were a snake person, I would want to be a snake charmer.
Really?
Yes. If I were to be a snake person.
If you were.
Yeah.
Would you be able to sit that way with your legs crossed?
Well,
like
if
they
I
do?
would have to do the whole thing, absolutely.
Yeah, with the Aladdin pants on.
Yeah,
And all,
yeah.
The curly toes.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Halloween, that's what we're going to do. You're going as a snake charmer.
No, that's okay.
I wanna
Because
see
I don't
it.
like snakes.
I'll get you the snake. We'll get you a basket. And you're
I'm
on
just
your way.
saying, if I were to be this kind of person, I would go all out. I would do the whole thing.
Go the whole route.
That's right.
So, well, I mean, maybe that's what she was doing, but she's going for the whole tattooed lady thing with the snake, the Alice Cooper
Yeah.
snake around the neck thing.
But I don't think you're supposed to drive down the street with them wrapped around your neck. Don't really think that's the way to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure. But I see people walk around with them, so I'm guessing they like being around people's necks. That's
I
my
don't
thought.
know. I think they probably just prefer that to hanging free. I mean, really, when you think about it, you pick up any animal, just pick them up. They kick their feet. They don't like it.
Do snakes kick their feet too?
They don't have feet to kick, but I'm thinking that if they were just dangling free, they wouldn't like that.
Yeah, see, they're giving us the wave. The
Yeah,
snake
see,
wave.
yeah, they would.
Probably wiggle.
Yeah.
If you pick them up by the tail, they probably wiggle. What about if you pick them up by the head? Have you ever picked up a python by the head? Just asking, you know.
No, I haven't, but I'm thinking they don't like it. They probably would not like it. So if you put them around your neck, they're supported. It's kind of like having their feet on the ground.
I got you. All right. Moving right along.
Okay. So I got an email yesterday, which
Really?
yes, I thought that this was
A funny email.
well, it's entertaining that I actually got this email because I got we have Dr. Dan. We can wait on my email. We have Dr. Dan on the line.
Okay, so let's go to the other story.
Yes. So, Dr. Dan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So we wanted to talk to you about this whole Ebola thing that's going on.
Okay, what about the Ebola thing?
Do you have it? Should we stay away?
Well, I have the Ebola. Thank goodness I do not have Ebola.
Thank goodness. So I understand that the symptoms of this are basically your typical flu-type symptoms. Is that right?
Well, it depends. Initially, your symptoms are much like a flu-like symptoms that would come on initially, fever, sore throat, muscle pain, joint pain, that type of thing, headache, some nausea, vomiting. And then it really just progresses into a little more than that. It becomes nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and then you start to get into the serious symptoms, which involve kidney and liver disease and liver failure, and then what's happening on the inside is severe bleeding, and that's really where the Ebola virus takes over. But initially, it is mostly flu-like type symptoms, and that's why really at the airports they're starting to screen for people who have flu-like type symptoms that have visited the African nations.
Right,
I mean, the thing is, with Ebola, I think we're really putting a scare that's not there. This isn't that easy a disease to contact, and you're much more likely to catch the flu than you are to catch Ebola. I mean,
Right.
it is a little more difficult to catch. You're more likely to catch hepatitis than Ebola.
That's
Right.
what I
Problem
was
with
reading,
Ebola
yeah.
is most people who get it end up dying. But if you think about it, there's still less than 1,000 people in the entire world that have died from Ebola. And if you look at influenza, thousands die every year. So
Right.
Now, Dan, isn't this a blood-borne disease as well?
Well, it's not just bloodborne. It spreads through bodily fluids. So any type of bodily fluids, blood, urine, sweat, semen, any type of bodily fluids it can be transferred through. But it's not transferred through, it's not airborne.
Okay.
Right, it's not airborne.
And that's, I think, one of the key things is the airborne viruses are the ones that are most, concerning, because if it's spread through the air, you could just be breathing on someone in the same room and they can catch it. You have to come in contact with their blood or their tears or their fluid or some type of bodily fluid, so it's not really that easy to catch.
So basically, if you do the normal protocols that you do with any sick person, wash your hands, wear gloves if they're bleeding, all those normal things, you're pretty safe.
Yes, if you practice safe handling, and I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't had that type of spread or outbreak in the United States here, is because our infection control procedures are so much more stringent. All the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, everyone in hospitals are very used to using hand washing between each patient. We have very good ways to isolate the patients. That around here, it probably would never become an epidemic like it is in this country and other countries, because a lot of times in these countries, people are living much closer together. You have 10, 12, 14 people living in the same house, using all the same things. When people die in a lot of these countries, their families do the embalming and they take care of them that way, so they're coming into contact with the infected blood and fluid. That doesn't happen in the United States. So the chance of this becoming an epidemic in the United States is infinitesimal.
Right.
Right.
So that patient in Long Island that they were testing to see if they had Ebola, it's just come out that he does not. But
Right.
what
Good.
made
And
them...
they long suspected that he did not. But,
Right.
at this point, if this was a year ago, they never would have even tested for it. But, it's, now because it's in the news, they tested for it. And all along, everyone kind of knew it probably was not Ebola, but since he had similar symptoms, that's what they tested for. And
Right.
I'm not surprised at all that it came back negative.
Right, better safe than sorry.
What's that?
Better safe than sorry. You might as well
Better
check them.
safe than sorry. And that's, a lot of people are also questioning, why did we bring back this doctor and nurse to this country? Why do we bring it in? Well, because we can take care of it in this country. We're not going to spread the disease like they do over in Africa, and the chances of survival for those two people are much better. Not that there's a treatment. There really is no treatment for Ebola. Once you have it, there's no specific treatment for this disease. However, just the ability to support the rest of their bodily functions while they're trying to live through the disease is better in this country.
Right.
So what does that mean, that while they're trying to live through this? I mean, there's no
Well,
treatment, there's no
this is
cure.
Okay, Ebola is a virus, and 50 to 80% of the people that contact this virus will die from it. But that still means that 20 to 50% will live through it by your body fighting it like you would any other disease.
Gotcha,
So if
okay.
you're trying to fight through a disease, you need the support, fluids and intravenous medications and all these other things to keep fevers down and all the, to treat the symptoms that we have
Okay.
in this country that you may not in other countries.
So what it comes down to is, what a lot of people don't realize is this is not automatically fatal.
No, it's not automatically fatal.
Okay.
And actually, the two people that have been brought over from Africa, in all likelihood, at least the doctor looks like he is pretty much mostly out of the woods.
Excellent.
And the nurse, although she is still critical, she probably will survive this.
Okay.
Well,
But on the other hand, you have some of the top doctors in the countries in Africa that have died from this illness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Right.
what makes it scary.
Right.
Is it's just so virulent.
Now, here's a question. You know somebody who's got this, and they beat it, they went through it, you meet them down at the local pool hall, whatever, goes to shake your hand, you're like, hey, how's it going? You kind of give him a bump or something. You're not really going to
You're
want to
good.
shake his hand, right?
You're good. Yes, I would shake his hand. You're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like saying I
good.
never want to shake
I
someone's
mean,
hand because they had a
have-
cold.
They're only contagious while they have the virus, and unless you're coming into contact with blood or bodily fluids, you're safe. So this is not really, it's one of those issues where everyone's getting a bit crazy about it,
Right.
but realistically, yeah, you know what? If I see a guy with a cigarette in his mouth saying, "Oh, I'm scared of Ebola," I say, "Well, you should be more scared of that cigarette in your mouth than Ebola by 1,000 times."
Right, yeah.
Because it really is, it's very rare that they're going to come down with it.
Yeah. Now, what about Plum Island? Don't they have, like, every disease known to man out there, including Ebola?
Plum Island has long been used as a place to investigate infectious diseases. So have they worked with strains of Ebola on there? I don't know specifically, but I would imagine probably.
Right.
And here's my thinking. We have to study this stuff. If
Oh,
we
of
don't
course.
study it, how are we going to be able to fight it when someone gets it?
Right.
So they picked an island that was pretty much away from everything else, and they were able to really isolate it. And they brought some of the most deadliest viruses and diseases to this island to study. And I think that's the perfect way to do it.
I think you're right.
Better than studying it in the middle of Manhattan.
Sure. Well, that's what I'm saying. When this guy got off the plane, I'm like, take him right to Plum Island. Land right
Well,
there.
Plum Island is really a research place. You
Yeah.
want to take them to a hospital where they can be isolated well and taken care of properly.
Yeah, but if you want to research it while it's in somebody, go ahead.
No, they don't need to.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Think they got it all down pat?
I think they know what they're dealing with.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that they're probably close to being able to come up with something. If they're saving that many people, I guess they're working on it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's a cure on the way necessarily for Ebola. And what you have to realize is there's not a lot of money being put into studying this disease because
Yeah.
it really affects so few people.
Right. Yeah, it's
You're
not.
talking a huge, amazingly greatest outbreak ever, and with still less than 1,000 people have died.
Right.
Right.
Where you can talk of some other common diseases and illnesses where 10 times that die in a month.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's not a
Right.
lot of money being put into investigating this because there's really no reason to.
Sure, yeah, they're spending more time on cancer and AIDS and the big killers.
Absolutely. And they should.
Right.
So.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Dan?
well, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Dr. Dan, thank you. We'll see you on
You're
Thursday.
welcome. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Bye.
So there you have it.
Perfectly safe. Let's go out dancing. Let's get some of these Ebola guys going.
Well, that's what I've been saying all along. There's this whole big fight over whether or not they should have brought the people that have it back to the States. And yes, absolutely they should. And now I'm glad that I felt that way
Yeah.
right from the get-go.
Well, I'm thinking if they're going to study it, this is a great opportunity.
No, not for studying it, for treating these
Well,
people.
that too. They are
I figured
Americans,
that it
yeah.
was not something that was easily contagious. And I figured that these people, they, excuse me, they needed to come home and be in a place that is better able and equipped to
Right.
take care of them.
Well, that plus, we have the facilities to take care of them. They were brought on military planes, so they weren't.
They were brought
in
on a
the general
CDC
public.
jet.
Yeah, they weren't in the population. So.
No. Yeah, they
That's
were.
always a good thing.
Right. Okay, so why don't we take a quick break, and then we will come back and we'll talk about my email,
Okay.
because I got a very entertaining email. I think it was,
We'll be right back with more Two Guys and a Chick right after this.
sounds good.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, this is Chris and Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
And we are back.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Today on Wednesday, this hump day. So your letter from New York Rising.
Yes, I got an email from New York Rising
Yes.
yesterday, and I got all excited because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, New York Rising, they're getting back to us. We're finally going to get our house fixed after Sandy. Yay!
Psych.
Exactly. Psych. No, the letter, which is a little difficult to see there in the image there, but it's a letter about lead paint and mold. And it talks about what you want to avoid, and what you could look for, and what happens, and how you fix lead paint problems and mold problems, and blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, okay, lead paint, yes, all of our houses, most of us that are affected by Sandy, most of our houses are from pre-1978, so most of us have lead paint. And we're not worried about it because once we fix our houses, it's going to be encapsulated. We don't care.
Right.
It'll be safe.
And all my damage is already done from growing up in that house.
Yeah, you're already stupid, so you're fine.
Pretty much.
But my real problem with this thing is they're talking about mold. We're all going on almost 2 years now since that storm. So if we have mold, it's because you people at New York Rising have done nothing to help us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they sent me that letter, 4 pages. Excuse me. Sorry, they sent me that letter 4 times, once in English, once in Spanish, once in Russian, I think, and once in Chinese.
They want to make sure everybody got it.
I guess so. Thank you very much, New York Rising. You suck.
Yeah, well, you know what? They basically gave us the rundown, and when I talked to them on the phone the last time, they said nobody's gotten a check. Actually, they said one person got a check. So out of 4,400 people that were on the list,
Yeah.
one person got a check. Everybody else is waiting.
Big help.
Yeah, thanks for helping out. So yeah, if you're suffering, we feel your pain.
All right, so
So-
moving right along.
Alan Freed's ashes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but the pioneering DJ who named the music is being evicted by the hall. The hall's press and CEO, its president and CEO, Greg Harris, told his family, people walk past the exhibit and the ashes and they scratch their heads and can't figure out what this thing is. And we like it to come pick up the ashes. So in other words, they're evicting Alan Freed.
Yes.
Harris says that only the ashes are being removed, not other freed artifacts, that the plan was to return the ashes to the family long ago, and that the display where the ashes have been residing will include a pair of Freed's microphones. Very nice. I like microphones. But the family feels that the move is pushing Alan to the side. It's making him part of the passing parade rather than a place where people can say, hey, this is the guy who helped start it all. You know, I'm guessing, really, if you got a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the guy who started it, you should have as much of his stuff as you possibly can.
I agree. When I first saw the story, and I saw that they were pulling him out of the Hall of Fame, my first initial thought was, oh, that's not fair, that's not right. I mean, this is the guy who came up with the term rock and roll and applied
coined
it
it, yeah.
applied it to this type of music. Apparently, it had another meaning back at the time when it was first said as having to do with music.
Rock and roll?
Yeah, rock and roll had something. It meant something completely different.
What did it mean?
Actually, apparently it had to do with having sex.
Really?
Yes.
That was the key word for sex?
Yes. And then he applied it to the style of music. And I thought, well, that's really terrible that they're going to pull him out of the Hall of Fame. But then I realized they're not actually pulling him out of the Hall of Fame, they're pulling his ashes out of the Hall of Fame. And I'm mixed opinion about this because, quite frankly, I don't know, ashes are icky.
Ashes are icky?
It's death. I don't want to see that. Put up pictures of him. Put up recordings of him on the radio. All his microphones. Put up his shirt. I don't care. But his ashes, that to me is just icky. And I know it's a normal fact of life. Everybody dies. I get it. But I don't want to see it. It's kind of like that whole, okay, totally non-related, but normal fact of life. Breastfeeding people are back in the news again.
Really?
Yes. The
Are
girl...
they still breastfeeding?
Yeah, and that's fine. I know it's a normal fact of life, and everybody does it. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do it. I get that. I don't want to see it. Apparently, a model who looked very much like the girl who used to play 13 on House.
Okay.
I don't know if it really was her or not. But anyway, it was this model. She was on a shoot at a magazine, and her baby was there, and the baby's hungry. So they bring the kid in, and she starts breastfeeding it. They take a picture. Now that's in the magazine. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this woman's boob. I don't want to see any woman's boob. Keep them in your shirt. I don't want to see it.
Is that the Bonnie read for the day?
Yes.
Did you
Keep
get it
them in your shirt. If you're going to have something latched onto it, keep it covered. I don't want to see it. If you're just going to bounce them around, then fine, you can whip them out.
Okay, well, you got three guys here that kind of agree with you on that. So.
Yeah, that's real.
Matt, what are you shaking your head for?
He doesn't want to see boobs at
No,
all.
wow. Now he's shaking his head the other. He can't speak.
I know.
This is probably the better Matt.
You're terrible.
Draw us a picture.
He doesn't like boobs.
I
mean,
know, that's what I'm saying. But he was shaking his head yes before. So that's why.
Because he doesn't want to see anything latched onto him. It's icky.
Now he's shaking his head.
Yes, that's right. It's gross.
Right.
I know it's normal. I get that. I know it's healthy. I know that it's normal.
It's
I
natural.
Know yes, I get all of that. And I agree with all of that. Just cover up.
It's motherhood. Can't mess with that.
Cover up.
Can't mess with motherhood. My father always taught me.
Yeah, I know. All right. So moving on and continuing with naked.
Go ahead.
Because, well, yeah, that's apparently the theme of the day.
Naked?
Yes. New York City's naked cowboy may have met his match, believe it or not. The San Francisco board supervisor candidate George Davis stripped down buck naked in Times Square on campaigning to basically get elected again. Guys, thank you. He was campaigning for the right to be nude in public.
Right.
He spoke out against a 2013 San Francisco public nudity ban introduced by his opponent, believe it or not, Scott Wiener.
Wiener.
He says nudity is a form of expression. After Davis's speech, he conducted interviews stark naked. Then he walked to where the artist Gandhi Golub was body painting another naked man. The Times Square Batmans and Elmos and other onlookers gawked, laughed, and took photos while moving out of his way. Believe it or not, one man actually loudly read Bible passages.
I know that guy. We saw him when we were there.
Davis apparently ran for mayor in 2007 and for District 10 supervisor in 2010. He's been arrested twice for public nudity. I would arrest him too. I don't want to see that old dude naked. I don't. I don't understand why people feel that it's necessary to be naked in public. I don't want to see it. Nobody wants to see my naked body. I don't want to see yours.
Yeah, that would scare the crap out of people.
Nice.
No, I mean us. If we were walking down the street.
Yes.
Hand in hand. Could you imagine? Oh, we'd make the news.
Oh, yeah. And they'd have to bring out the wide camera.
Yeah, nothing but an Aravio bumper sticker across our butt crack.
No.
Matt's shaking his head. He likes the idea.
No.
He's twitting it out right now.
Oh, poor guy. You're going to give him nightmares.
I know.
I'm sorry. Just like I said, I don't want to see it. I don't know why people feel like it's necessary to subject everyone else in the world to what they think they want. cover up. You want to be naked, do it in your house. You want to be naked, go to a place where a bunch of naked people are, and all of you hang out naked together.
Okay, well, a 21-year-old man having drinks with friends in Mexico accidentally killed himself while taking a selfie with his .45 caliber pistol. You know, I don't know if you can really mistake the phone for a pistol.
Well, it gets
That's-
better. This is a typical chewing gum and talking kind of thing.
Well, according to the video from Newsfix, Oscar Aguela reportedly grabbed his phone and his gun and pointed both at his head. Smiling as he pulled the trigger, he died from a gunshot wound to the head. According to media reports, Aguila said had intended to post the photo on Facebook, where he posted photos of himself with women and motorcycles. Did he get the picture up on Facebook?
I
Should
don't
we
think
pull it
so,
up?
no, because he clicked the wrong thing. You know, that's that whole typical,
He
can you
didn't click
rub
them
your...
both at the same time?
Can you rub your belly and tap your head at the same time? It's the same kind of a thing. He had the gun, and he had the phone, and he clicked the wrong thing.
All right, Kev, note to self, when you're taking a selfie with your .45 caliber pistol, be careful.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. He clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Dumbass.
Didn't know the gun was loaded.
No, did not know the gun was loaded. All right, why don't we take a quick break, and we'll come back with Rick. We got Rick Eberly in this week and last week. So we will be back shortly and talk about Rick.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, this is Chris and Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hi, I'm Rick Eberly, and this is music events this week and next week on Long Island for August 4th to August 17th, 2014. These are my picks, all right? There's other things going on, but on Wednesday, August 7th, that's tonight, EPMD's their 25th anniversary of Unfinished Business. Those are hip-hop legends from Long Island. They're playing with other locals, Ancient Tongue, Status, Contradiction, and Music Medics. That's at the Emporium, Railroad Avenue in Patchogue. Doors are at 7, which is now, but the show's starting around 10, so you guys can still make it. Tickets are still available. Check out this or other shows at theemporiumny.com. I love those guys. That's a really cool thing to be happening back here on Long Island after all those years touring the world. We also have on Thursday, next Thursday, August 14th, the band Smile Empty Soul is here with Bridge to Grace, Sargasm, Nifty Breed, and Halo to Havoc. That's at Revolution, which is in Amityville, New York. Doors open at 7 p.m., and that's $15 to get in, 16 and over. Check out revolutionli.com for tickets to that one. Also next weekend, the band Cash Cash with other top DJs, Star Killers, Aiden Jude, Jess, Sin Cole. That's Friday, August 15th at the Penny Saver Amphitheater. Doors are opening at 5, the show's at 7. Lots of tickets available, seated, standing. If you're into the whole EDM world, an outdoor EDM concert, it's going to be phenomenal. You can check that out at pennysaveramp.com. Additionally, also next weekend at the Penny Saver Amphitheater, we're going to have the country act Little Big Town. Country's huge right now, and this is one of the preeminent acts. They've been doing some great things out there at the amphitheater. Dierks Bentley's coming in a few weeks. But next Saturday, August 16th, Little Big Town with Eli Young Band and also the Henningstons. And that is, like I said, at Penny Saver Amphitheater out in Farmingville. Tickets available. Go to pennysaveramp.com to get those. We also have some other amazing events happening in the Nassau County, and that's Sunday, August 17th, Mindless Behavior. They're a really cool band, and they're happening at the Space. That's in Westbury. The Space is that new place they gutted. It's a old movie theater, put amazing orchestra seats in there. It's really a beautiful spot. You can check them out at The Space at westbury.com. And that's basically all we have for you guys tonight. We are really excited about all the great music and film that's been happening out here on Long Island. If you guys want to check me out, it's rickeberly.com, or you can go to Facebook, Rick Eberly, facebook.com/rickeberlypr. There's amazing other things happening all over. We have the Paramount, we have Jones Beach, we have Westbury Music Fair. There's so many great places. We have the Gold Coast Arts Center. You guys really need to be supporting local music out here on Long Island. Just a few other things coming soon. We got comedian Chris D'Elia. That's at the Space. That's on September 18th. We got Howard Jones and the Thompson Twins with this amazing 80s flashback event at the Penny Saver Amphitheater on August 23rd. We got Power Man 5000 and Head PE for all you metalheads on August 20th at the Emporium. And also for you hard metal fans, we have Saving Abel on September 3rd at Revolution. That's it. Back to you, Chuck and Bonnie.
Thanks, Rick. So you're one of your stories there, and I got one story here, and then we're pretty much done for the night,
Okay.
right?
So morning drivers in West Virginia were shocked to see a naked man on all fours being led on a leash by a woman wearing a purple nightgown. The man was also wearing a hood and had his ankles bound. After getting tips, police went to the home of 53-year-old Barbara Jean, also known as BJ Giardello, who first denied but then admitted walking her 56-year-old boyfriend near a busy intersection as part of a consensual sex game.
Sounds like just another Friday night.
Yeah. Now, Lieutenant Nelson Croft said that was the weirdest day yet.
Really?
Yes. And the couple were offended by people calling them freaks as they walked along the road. I'm sorry, this is a woman with bright red hair wearing an ugly purple nightgown, walking her boyfriend naked on a leash with his ankles bound, wearing a hood. I'm thinking freak fits.
See, now if she was hotter, it wouldn't be that bad. It would be a little bit easier to swallow, so to speak.
No. I'm thinking freak fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one fits for me.
And where was this?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yeah, it's down there. It's definitely New York. It's just New York in the city,
Okay.
right?
If you say so.
I mean,
don't
come
know
on.
if
We've
that's-
seen stuff like that before in the city. That's nothing new. How about this one? Money is money, but it's a whole lot easier to receive a bunch of it with a check or even cash than entirely in loose change. One California man said an insurance company paid him $21,000 in a legal settlement by dropping off more than 16 5-gallon buckets filled with coins.
I'm finding that hard to believe. I'm just not buying it. Insurance companies don't just have buckets of change laying around. They send you a check.
You would think, but he's sitting there with all the buckets around him.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he did that himself.
You think that was a
Yes.
stunt?
Yes.
Well, the 73-year-old man filed a lawsuit in 2012 against an employee of an insurance company claiming he'd been physically assaulted. So after the two parties reached a settlement, the insurance company paid up. The man's attorney says 8 employees of the insurance company showed up to his office in a van bearing 5-gallon containers full of coins and left them in the waiting room.
No.
Don't buy it?
No. I don't know, guys. What do you think? You buy it? Nope, they don't buy it either. Insurance companies don't do that. No, I'm not buying that one.
Okay.
Somebody's fibbing. All right,
Well,
so
it is the internet. You really have to believe it. You know that.
I know it's in writing and it's on the internet.
Most everybody believes
It's gospel.
It's on the internet, so you pretty much have to believe that. I mean, come on. What would we do if we didn't have all these baloney things we could post on Facebook? Where would we go then?
I'm sure I can come up with something. All right, so that's pretty much it for us. We got a couple hours from now, we've got Nerdgasm. They're doing, what is there's, what are they talking about today? I forget. Final Destination, that's what it is. Yes, Final Destination.
Final Destination. Mm-hmm. Is that a game?
No, it's a movie. It's a movie, right? I don't know. They're not paying attention. I think it's a movie.
Well, Nerdgasm today. It's always a good show.
Yes. Yes. And Dave works hard.
Dave works hard. He always brings a lot to the table.
So 10 o'clock for Nerdgasm and Final Destination. And then tomorrow, we've got Dear Dad at 7 o'clock. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but I'm
Dan
sure
and
it'll be
Tony?
something great.
Yep.
Yes. Something parenting.
Something parenting, I'm sure.
Yes. And then, check the
Seven-
schedule. We've always
17.
got things going on.
Exactly. And don't forget that we have plenty of shows at the Paramount Theater.
Yes. Yes. Go to the contest tab and click on any one of the enter to win tabs, and you could enter to win any or even all of the contests. We've got all kinds of great shows at the Paramount and the Space and Revolution and the Emporium. We got all kinds of things. So
Right.
definitely go there and check them all out.
Coming up at the Paramount, you have The Cult, and that's Tuesday, August 12th. And you can enter to win tickets right on the contest tab. Or you can enter to win Cheap Trick tickets, Tuesday, August 26th.
Cool.
Shows at 8 o'clock. Now, you have to be able to get to the Paramount in Huntington, Long Island, New York to win these tickets. So wherever you are in the world, we've had people come as far as
Florida.
Massachusetts, right, to come
Yes.
for the show. We don't mind you winning the tickets, but you need to at least be able to get to the Paramount. So for other cool shows, go to ParamountNY.com. But I would definitely click on to get those Cheap Trick tickets.
That's a good show. We've seen them.
Yes, we've seen them. Always a good show. They never seem to disappoint. Cheap Trick. Plus, keep in mind, you go to the contest tab. From week to week, there's going to be more shows up there. So there's always new and exciting stuff that's popping up there.
Absolutely.
When you go to the Paramount, tell Adam I heard it on the radio. Right?
Yes. All right, so that's it for us. Definitely come back for Nerdgasm.
Thanks for joining us on Wednesday. We'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye.
Peace.